What do we got? Shake and bake.
Yep, here you go.
Hi, Joe, Big Al, and Andy. This is Shake and Bake from Texas. So my question today is, should I be contributing to the 401k or the Roth 401k portion of my employer-based plan? Here's some of my numbers. I'm 49 years old, claiming head of household because I'm divorced with 2 kids. They're both in college, but college is already covered. I have 2 dogs, Lola, who's a Cavapoo, and Riker, who is a rescue. He's a Boxer Beagle mix. I drive a 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe Sport that's paid for. I have a steady job. I make $140,000 base, $20,000 in restricted stock units, and $80,000 bonus. I have 120 sitting in cash, 30,000 in a sinking fund for my next car. I have no debts. The house and the car both paid for. My 401k has 815,000 in it. The Roth 401k has 58,000 in it. I have a brokerage account with 85,000 and a Roth IRA, which I have been backdooring for about 10 years. It's got 86,000 in it. So I have 18 to 20 years left to work. I'm currently in the 35% tax bracket. These last couple of years, I've put all $19,500 into the Roth 401k portion of my employer plan. Is this the best place, or should I be taking tax advantage of the regular 401k to help reduce my tax burden now? I go back and forth between the tax advantage of the 401k versus the Roth 401k, where it can grow for the next 18 to 20 years and help even out the contributions between my various vehicles. I'll be hitting 50 next year, where I can contribute $26,000. And I just wanted to level set with you to make sure that I'm going about my investments correctly before I jump off of the deep end and do the $26,000 a year. Thank you very much. Again, Shake and Bake from Texas. Appreciate everything you guys do. I love listening to your podcast.
Shake and bake. Wow.
I don't think
Love it.
We haven't had shake and bake before.
Love shake and bake. I know what my answer is, and I know what our buddy Big Al's.
We're going to go back and forth. You start.
So, first of all, I love how shake and bake goes. I've been backdooring it for about 10 years.
Yeah, she turns it into a verb. That's great.
Yeah.
It's like, well, backdooring it.
Yeah, right.
Oh boy. So.
Are we clear we're talking about a Roth?
We are. Roth, backdoor Roth IRA.
Okay, just curious.
And I'm going with Roth 401k 100% all day, every day. And here's my reasoning.
Okay, tell me.
So, you know another thing I love about Shake and Bake? You know, she's super excited about turning 50 so she can put $26,000 in. She's like, I'm so excited about going 50 because
Yeah.
now I can do $26,000.
You got that to look forward to.
That's several years away.
I don't
But
think so.
it's like,
Several.
when I'm looking at 50, I'm not thinking about $26,000 a year. I'm like, God,
Oh,
I'm
you
getting
are.
old.
You're dreaming about it right
I'm
now.
like, I'm getting old.
That's why for your entire 40s, you've been saying that you're in your early 40s, right?
That's pretty much. That's
Yeah.
pretty much. And I'm still in my early 40s, depending on how you look at it.
Got it.
Okay, so here's why. I'm going to, even though she's in the 35% tax bracket, if you take a look, she's got $800,000 in a 401k plan that's already pre-taxed, that's growing over the next 20 some odd years. So that could double a couple of different times. So let's say she's going to have several $1 million in a pre-tax 401k account. Would you agree with that?
I do.
And if she continues to add her $26,000 next year into a pre-tax account, you know, that's just going to build the overall tax issue down the road. I have no idea what the tax code is going to be in 26 years from now, but I would much rather have a lot more money in a tax-free account 26 years from now than in a taxable account. She makes very good income, but she's also in a very high tax bracket, but she does not, I guarantee you she will not miss the tax deduction. She doesn't even feel it. It's already going into a post-tax account. It's going into a Roth account. So she's already used to paying or spending what the paycheck is. Why change?
Okay. And so I agree and disagree.
All right.
So I agree with that last comment. To me, that's the key. The key is you're already used to this net pay. If you had extra net pay, would you save it? Well, most people spend, right? And so maybe you had a little bit higher quality life, but maybe not, right? But you end up spending more. People end up spending what their net pay
Right.
is.
If she went pre-tax, her paycheck would probably be, if she kept it at the $19,500 that she's saving. It's probably what, $500 more per
Right.
paycheck.
Right.
Right, because of the tax savings that she's getting.
Yeah. So I agree with you there. But I disagree from a CPA standpoint, as you know, because the tax rate's 35% plus, well, there's no state because it's Texas, so that's good. And chances are, like, let's say she's got $3 million in retirement, and so what's the RMD required minimum distribution on that? It's $120,000. It's a lot less than what her current salary is. She'll probably be in a lower tax bracket, but you got to add Social Security, and maybe there's pension, maybe not. So that's the other side of this. That's the accountant side, which is what tax bracket are you in now versus tax bracket later. So from that standpoint, I would say do the regular 401k. But I do agree with you, Joe, in that most people spend their net pay anyway. So if you're going to spend your net pay and you've learned how to live off a lesser net pay by doing the Roth, continue it.
Right. Because the tax savings that you're receiving by going pre-tax, I don't know if you're saving it, right? Or if you would save it.
Right. If you would.
So,
and some people are ultra focused on that and save, and then they can kind of do that tax arbitrage. They're higher tax bracket now than retirement, but anyway, you could argue this both ways.
right. Does it sound like I'm talking in a tin can?
It does. Me too.
Yes.
Did you hear
Wow, and your alarm just went off?
Then we got a beep. I think this show's going to blow up.
Means we got the hook. We're done. Thanks
All
for
right.
the show.
The show's called Your Money or Wealth.
Are you prepared for retirement? Schedule a free financial assessment with an experienced financial professional right online at purefinancial.com.